Just after midnight on Christmas Eve, a family in a quiet Midwestern town heard a knock at their door. Slow, heavy, wrong. The father opened it and froze. A man dressed as Santa Claus stood there. No smile, no greeting. He didn't even look at them. He stared into the house, his eyes locked on the dark hallway behind them. "Do you need help?" the father asked. The man slowly shook his head and turned away. The next morning, police warned residents to stay inside. A violent criminal had escaped nearby. Door camera footage revealed something terrifying. The Santa Man had knocked on 6 houses that night. If someone answered, he stared inside. If no one answered, he stayed, watching, waiting. When police finally caught him, they asked why he chose those homes. He laughed. "I wasn't looking for the living." Every house had lost someone last Christmas. When detectives reviewed the first video again, they noticed something new. As the door opens, the Santa Man nods, not at the family, but at the empty hallway behind them, as if someone was standing there, just out of sight. On Christmas night, a teenage babysitter was watching 2 children while their parents attended a party. The house was large, silent, covered in Christmas decorations. Around 9:30 p.m., the Christmas tree lights suddenly turned off. She assumed it was a timer. Then they turned back on. Minutes later, she heard slow footsteps upstairs. She texted the parents, no response. Trying to stay calm, she checked the hallway. Nothing. Later, after the kids were asleep, something caught her attention. One ornament on the Christmas tree was gently spinning. There was no air movement, no reason for it to move. Then she heard it. Breathing. Right outside the bedroom door. She locked herself inside with the children and called the police. When officers arrived, they searched the house. In the attic, they found a man hiding. But something was wrong. The attic wasn't set up for one person. There were 2 warm sleeping spots. Taped to the wall was a handwritten note. "We're only guests." Police asked the man who else had been living there. He didn't answer. At that exact moment downstairs, the Christmas tree lights turned on by themselves. Parents say the elf on the shelf watches children during Christmas. But this one was watching something else. It started like any normal holiday. A small elf doll appeared on the shelf, smiling and still. The parents told their daughter the usual story. The elf only moves when you're asleep. But the girl began waking up at night, and every morning the elf was somewhere new. First the kitchen counter, then the bathroom sink. Each night it was closer to her bedroom. One morning she told her parents something strange. She said the elf had been inside her room, and this time it wasn't smiling. They laughed and blamed her imagination until they checked the baby monitor footage. At exactly 3:17 in the morning, the camera showed the elf slowly turning its head toward the crib. No one entered the room. No one touched it. The smile on its face stretched wider. The next morning, the elf was gone. They searched the entire house and couldn't find it anywhere. Later that night, the father noticed something. The elf was back on the shelf, facing the camera, and beneath it, written in shaky letters, were the words, "I see you now." Just before midnight on Christmas Eve, while most of the city slept, a woman working a late shift answered her phone. It was the last call of the night. A man whispered, "Merry Christmas, I'm watching you." She laughed nervously. She thought it was a prank. Then the man continued. He described her desk, her sweater, the blinking Christmas lights behind her. Her hands started shaking. Police traced the call. It came from inside the building. Officers searched every floor, every office, every hallway. The caller was never found. But the security cameras captured one strange thing. At the exact moment of the call, every hallway light flickered, as if something had passed through them.